Hello. Hi. It's me. It's John the Bopper here. Today is the 6-year anniversary of my main channel, John the Bopper. So, if you're watching this from there, hello. Thank you for checking the community tab. And if you're watching from JTB Extras, hello. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Uh anyway, I figured since today is the anniversary, and the actual anniversary video, which was the movie, The Quest for the Golden Mask, came out on my birthday, which was 2 days ago, I figured that I would still do something for today, which is why this is coming out so late. So let's start off with the first film on our list after the last, little commentary track thing I did. Ghostmare, yeah, it's a fan favorite. It's a me favorite. Um, I really like this film a lot. It should be noted that it isn't like canon to the Random Things universe. Because since I moved away for college, I haven't been able to work with the same people that I always do. So anyone who sort of helps me out with these for like school projects and stuff technically aren't Roaring Penguin members. So anything that I make while I'm here and like at college or for a project or anything like that, that is an alternate continuity. None of these exist within like the same continuity as like Random Things or the movie or anything like that. Just figured I'd let you know. Do with that info what you will. Anyway, I'm gonna play the movie now. This was for my first student showcase, so it had to have 5 seconds of a black screen at the beginning, with just like the title. Not everyone actually followed that rule, so.
Today's the day, Kevin!
Yeah, today's the day.
Oh great, you guys are here again.
Today's the day we're finally gonna unveil this town's darkest secret.
One thing that I want to point out that I was kicking myself for, my professor, after watching this movie, asked me if we used the microphone in my friend Summer's phone to record the audio. And I was like, oh, damn, that's genius. And it's so obvious. But I used the microphone that I mounted to my camera. It still kind of bugs me to think about.
Here it comes.
The listeners of our podcast want to know the
Okay, just a thought. My friend Parker here, he's the type of guy who, if you gave him like the right subject to make one on, he would actually make a pretty damn good podcast, I think. But at the same time, he's also the type of person who, after 4 episodes of said podcast, would forget he had one and then never make an episode again. That's just my brain.
truth.
Sorry.
That the mayor is actually a
A
ghost.
Right, just like you come in here and say every day until I call security.
Wait, let's think about this. Hush. Let me handle it.
This part kind of bothers me because the joke there, because of an error on my part and everyone else's part, is kind of ruined. See, there's supposed to be a joke, like the running joke there is supposed to be that whenever Parker slaps my friend Sebastian, tinfoil hat guy, after he says something, he is supposed to echo the statement that he just said, while like completely dismissing that it was his thought originally. And that was supposed to be the joke. So what was supposed to happen was after he said, "Wait, let's think about this," and he slaps him, Parker is supposed to turn to my friend Max here, who's playing Kevin the desk receptionist, and say, "Let's think about this." Like that's the whole joke. Uh, Instead,
Why else would the mayor want to make ghost healthcare a thing?
we skip right over it. I didn't notice. Nobody else noticed. And looking back, I was like, oh man, that kind of kills the joke. Now it's just slapstick. And I mean, slapstick is funny, so I can get past that. It's just kind of sad. Also, little Easter egg right here. Max put a bunch of anime girls on his computer. The people who noticed that, like, at the screening, thought that that was really funny, which is nice. It takes a village.
No living person would think about that.
Are you saying you aren't for making the lives of the undead easier?
What lives? They're dead.
Speaking of which, why is he?
Let me finish. Speaking of, why
Now see, that joke doesn't work anymore. It's been lost. I mean, it's still funny. He slaps him and then turns around and reiterates, like he did in the beginning, but it's a rule of 3, you know? Rule of 3.
why did he try to lower taxes for undead individuals?
Okay, this is just coming off as extremely racist.
What? Are you people insane or just stupid? Dead people don't pay tax.
Okay. Some people have pointed this out to me. Not everyone notices it, but a good chunk of people have. His eyes, down here. His phone, right here. You can barely see it. Parker did not read his lines at all before we actually filmed this. So, yeah. Not gonna elaborate on that one.
Taxes. They are dead. You know what? Forget it. I'm not even gonna ask to be let in. I'm just gonna go talk to Ghost Mayor myself. Mr. Mayor, are you?
This is the only portion of the movie that another Roaring Penguin person worked on. This right here is Sam's art. You might know Sam is the person who designed the Roaring Penguin logo itself. Yeah, we see her art again later on. But here she did the design of Ghost Mare, and Ghost Mare is voiced by the lovable scamp Screensuki from the Discord server Discord. They are very good, awesome person, and they do a great job with the oohs. So,
Or are you not a specter?
See? He just said that's absurd.
He didn't say anything. All he made were spooky ghost noises.
He said he wants you to leave if you're going to yell in his office.
Look, I'm sorry, but
oh, also, in order to get this set up right here, where we have enough room to layer the Ghost Mare on the background, with Parker and Max standing not on top of him, we had to move around furniture in this, by the way, this whole thing right here, this is my at the time intro to CTM and now script writing professor's office. So we had to move furniture around in here just to make sure there was enough room for this scene. I mean, we moved most of it back afterwards, I think. But it's just really funny. Neither of them like doing that very much.
some of the things you do,
An Omen.
and well, they feel very self-serving, and I wanted to keep you from favoring the dead so often. It's not your fault you're a ghost, but please, as mayor, just look out for everyone's best interest, not just your own kind.
He delivered this so well. It took 1,000 takes, but we finally got it. Also, listening back to it, yeah, that does sound kind of racist. Oh.
He said he's glad you learned to accept that you're a racist, but he's still not a ghost.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes.
Come on, guys, we're leaving.
Hey, see, that time it worked.
I thought telling him that would have lifted his spirit.
He comes in so fast. Oh, man. this is one because like okay, so for any alternate continuity films, because they're all college like student films, I usually put my real name and the real names of everybody else who is working with me. So this and one of the other movies you're gonna see in this track is you're gonna see my real name right here, John Mahurin. Mahurin. It's not pronounced any other way. This is it. Now you can stop asking me. Oh, I still use Suki's not real name though, because, well, for one thing, I don't know their full name. I only really know their first name, so that's a thing. Here's the Roaring Penguin logo, and the next one. Okay, so this right here, this movie is we're back in like the main canon again. This movie takes place as like a sequel sort of to Random Things the movie. Although there's really only two indicators of that, which is A, they mentioned the fact that Dan is homeless because that was something that was shown in Random Things the movie. He was sleeping on a park bench. And also the fact that he references the whole like adventure that John and the others take through like time and space. So if you haven't seen Random Things the movie and you wanted to watch this movie, you would be able to, but you wouldn't get the full enjoyment out of those two parts, I think. The same can be said for the newest one, but let's keep going. I'm very proud of this one, by the way. Like, I really like it. Oh, another thing before we continue. There is a second version, like a special version of this movie on this channel that you're on right now, right? And I had like formatted it to be 4:3 with like a CRT filter on it to make it look like one of those, like you're watching a old 70s holiday special type thing on TV. So it kind of looks like you're sitting around the tube and watching, I don't know, Family Matters Christmas special. I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of the whole thing I was going for. You can check it out here. Just go to uploads. I didn't put it up that long ago. It was 3 months, I think. So I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, that joke. The thing about that joke is it originally did not happen. Dan tripped while walking to the couch and we thought it was really funny, so we're like, hey, trip again, but this time harder.
Hey, Dan.
Hey guys. Thanks for letting me crash here, by the way, Ben.
Yeah, well, we were pretty tired of you being homeless, so...
Anyway, how's your day been?
Oh man, just terrible. The worst. Everywhere I go, it's all lights and snow and eggnog. Ugh.
So, like...
Now, you see, here's the thing, right? The entire premise of this movie stems from the fact that, let me think, how many people? There's me, Rain, and Lily, and I think Mike. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him about that later. I think only 4 of us out of all of us. No, it was either Mike or Nick. It was one of the two. We are the only ones in the entire group who like eggnog. And to me, not liking eggnog is fucking insane. A lot of people I know, a lot of people in this group had never tried eggnog before, like, this year. this past year, or the year before that, and the year before that, it was almost completely a unanimous sort of or eh, and I was like, what? That's crazy. And that's because I got the normal eggnog, right? It wasn't like a flavored eggnog or anything. It wasn't sweet or anything like that. It was just normal Tuscan brand eggnog. Only Lily liked it. Everybody else said it tasted too minty or it was like toothpaste or something. And I was like, I don't know. And so the following year, this past year, I got the Southern Comfort Vanilla Spice Eggnog. And that changed a lot of people's tune. Dan, like, the joke was that he didn't like eggnog in this movie, right? This was before he had actually tried. When he takes the sip of eggnog later on in this movie, you'll see it. He actually didn't like it. That was his first time trying it. It was the vanilla one and everything. But he didn't like it. And I just don't get it. Like, how can you not like eggnog? It's like, okay, let me explain. For those of you who don't know what eggnog actually is, it's like this cream, sort of. It's this very creamy milk-like drink that's flavored with spices, like holiday spices. And it is so sweet. It is heaven. It's very fattening, though, so you can't have, like, a lot. Unless you're me, in which case you don't care and you drink the whole thing anyway. So, yeah, end of ramble. Back to movie.
I guess this means you're not coming to the Christmas party then, are you?
I'd rather, never. Never, ever. In fact, wake me up when it's the 26th. God.
I just can't understand why someone would.
Okay, now that was funny, because I wasn't actually going to throw the controller. I lost my grip the first take, and it just went flying, and we decided to keep it.
Would be not excited on Christmas Eve.
That was by accident. And that was the first time. That was a one-take thing. He just jumped right back into it, which was awesome on Vin's part. What a fucking trooper.
Eve.
Yeah, especially Dan. He's usually so cheery, but he hasn't been the same since last year.
I wonder what he's dreaming about.
Me and the others came up with a theory, right? That Dan never actually woke up from, like, the sleep that he was in. And that all the things that happened while he was asleep, like all the ghosts showing up and everything, that was real. But the last part where he wakes up and goes to the Christmas party wasn't. Like, that's just that's a headcanon thing. That's not canon. What happens in this movie where he wakes up at the end, that happens. It's just, we like to joke about it. Another fun fact, originally the ghost was supposed to be played by Nick, but there were a lot of things wrong with his files and the videos and stuff, so we couldn't use it. So I got Mike to quickly give me the voice lines, and I animated a ghost Mike.
What the? Mike, are you a ghost? Did you die?
Wait, I'm a ghost? Damn. I'm dead. Or maybe this is just a dream. Either way, I'm here to do you a favor.
A favor?
Yeah. So you're gonna be visited by 3 other ghosts. Don't ask how I know this. Chalk it up to divine intervention.
Why is this happening to me?
Well, either you're having the greatest hallucination of all time, or maybe it's because you don't like Christmas.
You know,
Either
despite
way,
Mike's
I'm gonna head out.
performance,
No, wait, don't leave me here!
despite Mike's performance, this is still my favorite movie I ever made, I think. This, or Somebody, or Ghostmare. It's like a tie. Speaking of, now that the alternate continuity thing has sort of been established, I'm not 100% sure if I want to place somebody in the alternate continuity or in like the random things canon. Because, for one thing, it's a more personal project to me. Maybe it doesn't exist in either. But at the same time, somebody does exist in the random things universe because like, John somebody was in Motel 31. So, that's kind of screwy. I guess chalk it up to the movie itself takes place in a completely separate canon, but the character doesn't because, obviously John is aware of all the videos that he has made, and he has probably made somebody. So maybe that specific video didn't exist in the Random Things universe, but he still made it. Maybe it's like an exception, I don't know. Or maybe it's part of the Random Things universe. You know what? Yeah, let's say that. I'm gonna give you a definitive answer, that way you don't have to speculate. You're welcome.
What are you doing here?
Be not afraid. I am the ghost of Christmas that has come and gone. The past. I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Oh!
I am here to find out what soured Christmas for you. Now, do you have any idea what made you such a jolly foe?
I forget what the original line was, but Vin came up with Jolly Phobe on the spot, and we just left it in.
Well, to be honest, I don't really know why. Why does it even matter that I enjoy Christmas anyways?
In time, you will find out. But for now, we're missing the party.
Is it okay for us to just be walking around? What if something happens in there and we cause a time paradox?
Okay, something that does annoy me. This right here, this was cut out from another scene and layered onto this one, right? The thing is, that's because I thought Dan would have been in frame here. And it would have made for like a really cool effect if he's here and Dan would be here and I would be here and Vin would be here, and it would be like 2 Dans? No way. But no, he was off screen. He was right out of frame. He's standing right here. This is what happens when you don't check.
You messed something up.
Worry not. These are but shadows of things that have already happened. We have no ability to interact with them, and they cannot interact with us.
Based on what John said, you have no idea.
Oh yeah, time travel. That's what he was referencing. No, this is the first time he tried it.
Oh.
And no, that was not a voluntary spit. No, that wasn't an involuntary spit. I mean, this was scripted. But he genuinely tried it, like, real quick once just to get the taste for it. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you don't know? But that's besides the point.
I remember now. This is why I don't like Christmas all that much.
Oh, whoever knocked this egg is a monster! I hate Christmas.
One thing that really upset me was the idea was that he was supposed to spit the eggnog back at my face, and that's why I was left upset. But you can't even tell that there is any eggnog on my face. Even in the scene where he spits it, there's barely any, so you can't even tell. So, yeah, that joke kind of failed, so I had to cut out one of the scenes. But it didn't affect it too much.
Okay, there's a lot to take in there. First off, you don't like eggnog? What's wrong with you? And second off, that's why you don't like Christmas?
Look, it wasn't a big deal.
It was to him. I didn't mean to make him mad.
I didn't know.
Ghost, you have to change things. You have to make it right.
Nothing can be done. The past has already happened. There's nothing we can do.
How is this supposed to make me like Christmas? How?
Oh my god. No, wait, can we go back for 1 second? I just noticed the 2 cups are still there. That implies one of 2 things. One, either those cups have been sitting there and molding since the last Christmas, or I just forgot to take them out of frame. I like to think it was the first one. I should have just finished mine, but I forgot which one mine was.
It looks like the guest of honor has finally arrived. Oh well, this was all I could get on such short notice.
I'm wearing the beard wrong. I'm supposed to be wearing it over my mouth, but if I wore it over my mouth, then I'd get the hair in my mouth as I was eating, and I didn't want that, so yeah, you get it.
You ate everything. Also, who are you?
I feel like it should be obvious. You know, us ghosts appearing in order and all.
Oh, so that would make you the ghost of Christmas now, right?
I prefer the term Christmas present. Better pun, you know? Speaking of, I got a little gift for you. Me and you are going on a little vacation.
Oh, really? Where?
Well, it should be quite obvious.
And in this scene, I'm wearing it correctly.
We're gonna go to that Christmas party you don't want to go to so much.
There was a joke there that I forgot to say.
Oh, look, I don't think it's a good idea for us to be here, especially how bad I made John feel last year.
Oh, so that's what you care about now? Not whether or not they have eggnog? Well, you know what? It doesn't matter, because nobody here can see us anyway, so it's not like you're actually here or anything. Hey guys, is it just me?
Okay, so 2 things, right? One, I just forgot to mention, the blooper reel for this movie is also somewhere here on this channel. Second, in that, like, VHS style cut, Sam, right here, got completely cut out. Like, I think that part of the screen ends here, right where her face ends. And it cuts off a little bit of Matt, too. So, that's just a thing.
Does something feel off without everyone being here?
Yeah, it does feel pretty different without Dan being here this time.
I even tried to get him some soda this time so he wouldn't be so upset.
I still think getting annoyed about eggnog was pretty stupid. If you ask me, shouldn't make someone hate a holiday.
Everyone has their reasons. Some people hate Easter just because they hate eggs.
Well, the difference is Christmas doesn't need eggnog.
It needs Dan.
That was, in fact, Sam's first spoken line. And also, originally the only set spoken line. Except we decided to reference the fact that that was the first time Sam had ever said anything. Also, pan flag in the background. Woohoo!
Hey, has anyone ever realized that this is the first time Sam has ever said anything?
Good for Lily.
Oh wow, it has.
Nice.
Whoa!
Thank you.
So they don't care about the eggnog? They really just wanted me there?
Are you stupid or just dumb? Of course they wanted you there! Christmas isn't about the superficial things or damn egg-based beverages. The best gift you can give somebody is to be there for them.
Wow, I feel really stupid now.
As you should.
What a beautiful lesson! I'm crying! Okay, so the fact that the forest nymph is here has brought up a lot of questions. This is supposed to take place in the same universe as Random Things the movie, right? So then, because, this Dan is also equally homeless and everything. So, in that case, why is Forest Nymph here when Forest Nymph is the quest character? And that's because Forest Nymph is... okay, so... in this case, it's because the Forest Nymph is a fictional character and therefore can exist in a dream. In the case of how, Dan is also homeless and living with Vin in the quest timeline as of, the quest 4, that's because the quest universe is the closest and almost identical universe to the Prime universe in Random Things the movie. This right here takes place in the Prime universe, but it's in a dream. So the forest nymph can in fact exist here.
Halt! I am the ghost of Christmas yet to come! I said come.
What the? Why am I here? I already learned my lesson. Why am I here?
I'm here to show you what'll happen if you don't come and spend Christmas with your friends.
This is my favorite scene in anything I've ever made.
Can happen in the future, anyways.
He then stands there as he then.
That'll happen.
That's my favorite.
It's only been an hour. I can still make it. There's still time.
And never woke up again.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas! Dan!
Alright, stanked up your bathroom so bad.
Dan! Hey!
Dan!
Oh my god, John. I'm so sorry about last year.
Hey, you know what? I'm just glad we're all here.
God bless us, everyone.
What a beautiful ending! That really is, like, one of the best works that has ever come out of this channel, I think. I gotta double check and make sure that this is on my show reel. But that's for another time. Woohoo! Yeah, team! Okay. Well, 2 of the good movies are over. And now we have reached the black sheep. Print is dead. So, let me talk about this movie for a second. This movie is probably the second, like, disappointment-esque movie. I made this for another student screening, right? But a lot of things went very differently this time around. So Print is Dead was a movie that was just, I guess. I'm kind of glad that, like, in the week or 2 following it is when this last movie came out. It's just, this is the black sheep of the bunch, for sure. Now, I guess I should, like, just quickly go over what went wrong. That way I don't stop every, like, literal 5 seconds to tell you why this is a bad thing. So, I think the story itself is one of the best I've written. I think. The acting is pretty damn good. At least for the most part. And, the editing is, it's okay. I like the camera shots I got. The visuals are fine. A lot of it comes down to pacing and audio. The audio, it was a very windy day. To get everybody together was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because everybody's schedules were so wildly different, or they had things that they either had to do, or on days where nobody really had anything to do, they straight up just did not think it was a good day to do it, I guess. And I kind of had to respect that, because I believed that working with my actors and my crew would get a better product, because that's how it's always been. The day we finally settle on doing it, one of them only has 3 hours, the other has like 6, and one of them unspecified. One of them was about 15 minutes late, and the other 2 were threatening to leave if he wasn't there soon, which was kind of a horrible pain, and worried and stressed the shit out of me, which did not put me in the right headspace to make this at all. And so, once we got out there, I was being rushed through every single scene without being able to make the proper adjustments to fix things or account for things like wind or sound. I wanted to go to the local park near our school because I felt like that would have given it a better ambience, or ambiance, I don't know. But none of them wanted to drive with me 3 minutes down the road because that would have taken way too long. So, I don't know, it's just... Look, I think this movie's okay. A lot of people seem to think that this movie is okay, but a lot of people also agree that it is, like, on the park, like, the silent film level of quality. It's not my best work. So now that I have that whole spiel out of the way, let's actually watch it. Everybody sounds like they're talking through a tube.
Is something wrong? Of course there's something wrong.
I had to use an AI to remove
Today,
most of
I
the
was
sound
assigned to write
because
about
I
penguin mating
like
habits
no
at
matter
the
how much I
local zoo,
equalized it,
as if
it
I'm
would
some
not go
biology.
away. It was on
I'm a
every
journalist,
frequency.
How long have you been doing this for?
We really could have picked a different
About
day,
3 months.
but nobody would have been free if I had waited any longer.
Looks like you got all the time to burn and
I had already waited like a month to make this.
I don't have time to wait though. I have to find a big scoop and prove I'm the real deal.
well, I mean, it could be a lot worse. You could be like me, having a heart attack right now.
Yeah, I guess you have a point there.
Also, this soundtrack is easily the weakest.
Yeah, I figured. Oh yeah, you're Monty, right? You're the guy I just wanted to talk to.
Again, I don't want to say that it's necessarily bad. It just has some things that really overshadow the good parts for me.
Well, you're a reporter, right?
Although, of course, I'm going to focus more on the parts that are bad, because it's my movie. I love that, though. That was good.
Okay. That's kind of creepy. Anyway, I'm not really sure.
This was also not the delivery that I wanted specifically, but because I was being so violently rushed through it, and everyone was giving me kind of a hard time, I kind of had to go with it.
Sure where to start. So why do you want to be interviewed anyways? Well, I usually stay away from the press, but unfortunately over time, that kind of led to my social status going down the drain. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, since you're a reporter, this would be a fantastic opportunity to get my name out there and let people know that I'm actually a pretty cool guy. So, why not a PR person, though?
Do you notice all, like, the real lip syncing and editing that I had to do to get around the fact that there were just some bits in there that just did not work? Yeah. Honestly, I think, like, the way that Parker and Sebastian interact is this movie's saving grace. And so is the script.
PR? On a soul collector
I can only
salary?
hope that the Quest for the Golden Mask does better than this. Because if not, then I'm going to actually kind of be sad.
But seriously though, PR says I'm a tough case. No reporter would ever be one to be caught dead with me. So, how much time you got? I've got...
Again, not the right delivery. But if I tried to do another take, everyone would have said, ugh. So...
all time today. It's my day off. No one's gonna die today. Except for that.
And no, before anyone wants to say anything, I'm not mad anymore. Just disappointed.
That guy, I guess. Yeah, poor soul. So, tell me everything. You know, I actually never got to meet my parents and all. They died a while back. Ironic, am I right? Is that irony? You know, I'm not sure, so let me look it up. And then I said to this girl, hey, you want to go on a date with Dad? He never called me back. She was drop dead gorgeous. Literally, I killed her. It's just so hard having people be discouraged from liking you. People are taught from such a young age to fear me.
This is the best sounding part of the movie.
Oh, my fans have mental issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, no one should be looking to die, you know?
I guess so. But there's no reason to fear me either. It happens to everyone, and it's something that all people experience. I feel like I should be a unifying force more than anything else, right?
Or Judy Groff, the name of the person on the bench. You will always be remembered as the person whose bench was in Print is Dead, parenthesis, short film, parenthesis.
What happens to our souls when we die?
Now, this was supposed to be like a very big moment, and I feel like it was very underplayed by the fact that I couldn't get better takes. I mean, to be fair, this take I got like a couple times, and I think this one was easily the best out of all of them. But again, if I had the option, I would have gone 30 more times.
I don't know what happens to souls after the process, but I hope where they're sent, they're in a place that's nice, loving, and warm. I hope they're happy with all their loved ones and family, and I just wish them the best.
Wow. I didn't know you'd be so introspective.
And that's the trick to hiding a body.
You know, originally there were wipes in between every single one of these, like, segments. But Sebastian suggested that I take them out because it helps with pacing. And so I think it actually did wonders. So that's good.
Where the feds will never look.
And the room tone makes it sound
if
at
I
least
have a
more
hard time
natural.
Finding it, no mortal should be able to find it as well.
This was the most interesting conversation I've had, but I think I've got...
Honestly, I think that this would have sounded better if I had just done nothing to it. Just left the audio and some of the glitches in. Maybe. But it's too late now. It's over and done with, and we moved on to the next movie, which I think came out 100% better and redeemed me forever and ever and ever. The end.
I need. I got an exclusive with Death himself. This might even make the front page. Thank you so much.
The pleasure's all mine, Monty. Thank you so much for having me.
And that shot was framed wrong, but I think the joke still works.
Well, looks like neither of us got what we wanted. Anyway, gotta do something with these bodies. God damn it, Monty. Next time eat a salad.
Hello. I'm waving. This movie is notable for one thing. New logo. New logo. That is this movie's noteworthy fun fact. And now we can move past it. Here we go. The newest movie, The Quest for the Golden Mask. I think, overall, I love this movie for different reasons that I love movies like Somebody and Ghostmare. Somebody was a very personal project, and Ghostmare was just and A Random Things Christmas Carol were just very high quality projects. But this was just a fun project. I had a good time making it, and I think it shows. Like, even if it's not, like, super polished or anything, I feel like that's its charm. A lot of those choices were done on purpose, like shooting in a park rather than the massive state parks or woods that we have around, because I felt like it would be much funnier if we if we kept calling them like these dangerous woods and this dark forest, but it was really just the local park, and you could really like see all the intricacies of everything that's going on around, like cars passing, people riding on bikes. There's one scene in this, you'll see there's like 2 people in the back doing bike tricks, and I was like, should I leave that in? Who am I kidding? Of course I'm gonna leave that in. That's hilarious. So credit to those 2 bike guys, wherever you are. I hope you're doing okay. And start movie. I do think this has the best score out of any movie I've ever made, and you'll see why. So yeah, so in the Quest universe, okay, let's start off with this actually. Some people have already asked me what I'm watching. This is a movie by this person named Bentel. It's called Lesbian Dogwood and the Disaster Life Thereof, Part 1, and it is a absolutely funny and gorgeous and really trippy movie, and I like it a lot, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time. Look them up. They're on YouTube. And second, so yeah, you see, the reason that Dan is still here is because the events of things like A Random Things Christmas Carol also happened in this universe, because like they are very closely linked, and even if they didn't happen, Dan would still somehow find a way to be there. I made a fake Reddit account to post this like little thing of this mask, of the mask, and you can see it here a little bit. I wrote, "There's a funny little mask in the forest that grant wish come true." So, yeah. Finn doesn't actually use Reddit that much, so.
Yo, check out this thing I found online.
Huh?
I said.
Damn, MC Hammer, I didn't know it was hammer time.
On the internet.
That joke was a Dan original, and this laughing segment was a like improv thing that I just came up with on the spot and told him, hey, interrupt him every once in a while with a really obnoxious laugh, and then he'll knock you over the head with like the soft side of the hammer.
I found a mask. A mask in the forest. I found a mask in the forest that can like grant wishes and stuff.
Vin, do you know what this means?
Oh my god, why did I open my mouth?
It means it's time for another quest! For real this time!
Aw, yeah. Now you see, that's kind of awesome, actually.
I love nature. It's just so natural, you know?
Do you already see how much better this sounds, even with like the background noise of like planes and stuff going overhead? There's something I noticed when I came back to New York to do this, and it's that helicopters fly over really often in comparison to where I go to school. It was just kind of a funny thing I realized.
Got bit by a mosquito. I hate these woods.
He says as a car passes. You see, that's the irony. It's very obviously not a woods, but it's treated like one, and that's what makes it funny, is that this look is very much on purpose.
So, what are you gonna wish for once you get your hands on the mask?
Well, originally I was gonna wish for infinite wishes, but now I'm gonna wish for some bug bite cream.
Can you even wish for infinite wishes? I thought there'd be a rule on that, kind of like, Aladdin.
No. You could totally do it. It's smart. I saw it on Reddit.
One thing that annoys me is that I was supposed to respond to that with you use Reddit, but we cut that part because it felt less natural to do it then.
Kind of have to respect the limits,
No, it's not a genie. It's an inanimate object.
Wait. Shut up for a sec. Then, that's a frog.
Here we are back at Sam's work, right here. Sam drew this frog. This time it's voiced by my friend Gene. He did a very good job. I was very happy with this. If he couldn't voice it, I had two backups in mind. My friend Brobo and Nick. And I think that Gene's just came out the best. My buddy Cactus gave it a shot too, which is why you see his name in the special thanks. But overall, I just like... this is what I pictured when I thought of the frog's voice.
Actually, it's a toad.
What do you mean? It lives
This
by
was
water.
a-
It's a frog.
This was a
it's a
genuine
toad.
argument we had.
Got
Like,
the-
we went
the-
back
the
and
different-
forth
got
about this a
different
lot.
It lives in water.
No,
Therefore, it's a frog.
It's got like different feet.
Well, either way, isn't this awesome?
Yeah, sure, it's awesome. Can we just keep going now?
Not so fast, Sapiens.
Frog's talking.
Heed my warning. There are dark forces at work in this forest. Beware the impossible. Ribbit, you heard nothing from me.
And then he just slides away.
Finally, things are getting interesting. Let's keep going.
Oh shit. Oh, I went back too far.
I found a mask.
Shut up! God damn.
Hey, whatever happened to Connor?
You want to know what happened to Connor? Okay, so originally, some of you might know this because you either watched Random Things the movie or watched, like, The Quest 3. And in The Quest 3 and Random Things the movie, Connor is portrayed as a thief who steals from, like, adventurers and things like that. So, like, he followed John and Vin to the Scroll of the Funny and tried to steal the scroll, but he was really bad at it. And then he tried to steal Two-Eyed Bart's treasure in Random Things the movie when Two-Eyed Bart from the pirate world came to the quest world. So in this, the reason that we give is that he is, like, gone insane from the adventure that he had and, like, his death at the hands of Evil John. And Vin takes his pouring of his sort of, like, insane adventure to John as, like, oh, Connor is definitely doing, like, some hard drugs. But in reality, the reason he's not in this movie is because originally he was supposed to be, like, in the same boat as Backup Plan Matt was in Random Things the movie, where he was supposed to be, like, the heel-turned-face and sort of become, like, a better person as the story went on, because, like, originally he was gonna be like, oh, well, I'm going to come with you guys to find this thing, and they're gonna be like, hey, where were you? And he's gonna explain where he was, and they're like, hey, you should, like, see a therapist or something. But, okay, bottom line, the reason that Connor isn't in this is because I thought he wasn't going to be home for spring break at the same time I was. So I wrote him out of the script because I figured, oh, well, Connor's not going to be here and I still have to make this. We're making Racketcast our podcast, which is on every Wednesday on Spotify, link in the description. And he was telling us that he was going to surprise us and tell us that he was home on Wednesday. We filmed this on Sunday. He never told us he was home before this because he wanted to surprise us. He tells me this on Friday while we're hanging out, and I'm like, I had to write you out of this script. Do you know how hard it was to take a big plot point like your character arc out of this script and completely change it? and he was like, "Oh, I guess I won't do that surprise anymore." Sorry, it's really funny.
Isn't he trying to steal our stuff?
Well, yeah, but the last time I talked to him, he mentioned something about going to
There
another
they are, they're the
world
bike
where
guys.
he freaking met another version of me, and he was fighting alongside another me. I don't know, the whole story was kind of screwy.
Man, shame when people get into drugs.
Oh, another thing. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, right. So the idea for the quest for the Golden Mask was that it was gonna be sort of the opposite of what Random Things in the movie was supposed to be. That one was a big, like, sort of reference fest type movie. It was a celebration of, like, all the things I'd done over the past 5 years. So you kind of needed to be caught up with certain, like, pieces of Random Things story and Obvious Things story and Fake News and Two Homies in a Basement and all those other shows to get every reference that was, or like every story beat that was in the movie. This is supposed to be the opposite. I tried to sort of cut down on references to other things that have happened besides maybe this and the stuff that's going on with the Forest Nymph, but even then, more of the origin there is explained later. I was trying to cut it down because I had gotten a lot of new subs since then. I didn't kind of want to leave them out of the loop this time. So instead of setting up a playlist where you have to catch up on everything, I decided to make this like a very easy kind of jump-in point. That's why instead of it being called the Quest 4, like the number 4, the Golden Mask, like it was originally going to be, I call it the Quest for the Golden Mask. That way it's implied you don't have to watch the rest of the quests to understand the full movie.
Oh! I'm the nymph of the forest! And I will not let you pass!
You're the Forest Nymph? I thought you were just some crazy guy under that mask. You're an actual monster?
Don't call me a monster!
Wow. Ironic.
Ugh. All of the best, like, camera beats in the, like, all the best, like, shots and scenes in this movie are done, like, even though Mike was DP, when he had his hands on the camera, he got very good shots, but some of the stuff that Nick and Vin were doing when they had their hands on the camera while Mike was watching them, or while I was watching them, was just really good stuff. At one point, you'll see later, Mike, you won't actually see it, but first off, Mike dropped the camera because he walked away for a minute to, like, I don't know, talk to Lily or something, and it just fell right over, and I'm like, oh no! And so we had to, like, repair some of the footage, and it worked, thank God. But from then on, he had to, like, stand right next to the camera. And you'll also see that there's this scene where you can kind of tell that I'm voicing it over, but that's because of the fact that my face isn't facing the screen, so I know I can get away with it. And that scene, okay, you know what? I'll get back on that when we actually get to it. I'm sorry.
Dude, you okay? You got solo, no diff.
This is why I need other people around when I do these.
Stay out of my forest.
Keep me on
no
track.
No more riddles.
Maybe we should turn back.
No way. Now, I'm definitely gonna keep going, and I'm definitely gonna get my wish.
So, did you take care of them?
Yes, I've chased the intruders away.
And did you kill them?
I saw no need.
Fool!
I really should have darkened this
That guy's
scene.
definitely going to find the side of the mask. This is the race against the clock now.
I'm sorry. I'll chase them down right away.
Oh, before you go, follow them. Wait until they find the mask and take them out.
I will.
So,
Now you see, this is the kind of shot that happens when Mike is holding the camera. He was not paying full attention.
What do we do now?
We just gotta...
Wait. Shut up for a sec. Maybe I can use these sticks to make myself a rat.
Okay, so that scene, right? That scene was originally completely fully shot, or at least that's what I thought happened. There was a better scene where I collect all of them, walk over to the river, see that Vin is gone, and say that line. But Mike did not film that. He did not press record. Instead, that scene was taken from when that was the first take of that scene. And the reason that we had to use the reason that we didn't use that take was because shortly after that part where I put my finger up, the reason for that is because somebody is playing Michael Jackson out of their car as they drive past the park. And so all of us take a second to do a really funny dance break. So he filmed that, but he didn't film the scene we needed for the movie. Thank you, Mike.
It's a lake. You can walk around it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to make it boring or whatever, okay. There it is! Wow, I can't believe it's just kind of sitting here very unconventionally and unceremoniously.
Who cares? Let's just grab the witches and get out.
Damn, you're strong for someone your size.
Oh, so you're insulting my height now. Got anything else insulting to say to me, asshole?
Yeah! You're stupid!
That didn't even make contact. That one did, and apparently it actually hurt. Yeah, apparently that last headbutt actually hurt.
Fine,
So,
you win.
sorry, Lily.
Take the stupid mask.
Why do you want the mask anyway?
When I was a kid, the other nymphs exiled me to the forest because they're all beautiful. Nymphs are supposed to be beautiful. I have a fish face. Nymphs are supposed to be women, and I realized I wasn't. So they sent me out here to guard.
Yes, by the way, the forest nymph is a trans man. Nymphs are naturally supposed to be beautiful women who live in the water. So, the fact that the forest nymph is not beautiful on top of the fact that he is trans is why he got sent away to guard the forest. Because nymphs are very vain, and therefore I expect that they would be very everything phobic.
Guard the forest. I found a face cover and used it to look more human. Until one day.
Can I be real with you for a sec? The reason that we didn't bring back the face covering for any of these scenes is because it had Rick from Rick and Morty on it, and I do not want to have that associated with my work in any way ever again. Especially now. Yeah.
Are you alright?
My disguise ripped. Now everyone's gonna be even more mean to me.
I think we might be able to help each other. There is a mask hidden in this forest. If you help me find it, and you let me use it to wish-granting powers, I will let you keep the mask.
You'd really do that for me?
Of course. After all, we're friends now.
I never wanted to use it for its wish-granting powers or anything. I just wanted something to cover my face.
Hey, Vin?
No. Fine. Here.
You're letting me keep it?
Yeah,
I forgot to cut out the audio of that helicopter. So let's just assume that there are helicopters that are native to the forest. Why not?
I think you need it more than we do, for sure.
How considerate of you!
This is my friend I've been telling you about.
Yes! Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being so stupid.
What?
As if I would ever be friends with a monster like you.
Keep in mind, we were filming like right near, like near, not on top of, but near a 9/11 memorial. Those poor innocent people had to look down and watch us do this.
Now then, before I complete my mission to unleash an otherworldly creature and wreak havoc upon this world, I'm a little hungry. I would like some fries. Time to dig in. Cold.
Now you see, this is a complicated death scene. Originally, the way it was supposed to go was the mask was only supposed to be able to grant one wish per person. So the hooded figure wouldn't have known that. And so when they tried to use it and got the fries, and then they tried to use it to kill, like, John and Vin, they originally were supposed to, like, be like, wait, nothing happened. And then the nymph is supposed to be like, yeah, the wish it can only grant one wish per person. And the nymph knocks them out, thus, you know, empowering them and everything. But for one thing, we didn't have time for that, and two, the fry thing is a reference to the Quest remake, like the remake of the Quest 1. And I thought it would be funnier to go full circle like that. So here we are. They explode and die.
You know what? I don't think I need this anymore.
Trust me, you really, really do. Anyway, what do you want to wish for, Vin? You know what?
I wish for John to get a new phone.
Wow. Magic.
What are you gonna wish for?
Can I have 20 bucks?
It was around this time that we got chased out of this section of the park by police. Yeah, but Nick genuinely came in clutch for the majority of this movie. It was, like, honestly amazing. Him and Mike were working really well together on this as far as, like, all the background stuff. Oh, and, Kita, the guy who made the thumbnail for this movie, he is a very talented artist and animator. He's also on YouTube. He made the thumbnail as my birthday present, so kudos to him. And Cert Dre is actually Suki's new screen name. They still call them Suki though. The guy, the person who had voiced Ghostmare. They were also originally said to be like the backup for voicing the frog if Gene and Cactus and Robo and Nick did not make the cut. And so, that is that. That is the end of this commentary track, and the end of the 6th year anniversary of the channel. Woohoo! Yeah! Good job, team. So, I'm gonna go upload this now. Make sure to check out the rest of these movies. I'll probably upload the non-commentary version eventually. I'll get around to it. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!